Okay, so guys, I got something for you Jordan lovers, people that love Jordan. Let you know something. First off, the name ain't Jordan, okay? They say Jordan over here in English, but over there, I shouldn't say over there, but the true name is Yardane, okay? And it's a representation of the garden, and it's a representation of the dragon in the garden, or the garden in the dragon, more so. All right, so I'm gonna let you know I've already looked into it, and I'm about to walk you through it. Here we go. So, Yarden, not Jordan, Yardane. It's not Din, it's Dane. Same thing I've been trying to tell you guys. It's not Ben, it's Bane. So it's not Din, it's Dane. Yardane, meaning to descent or to go down. Alright? The Greek equivalent of the Hebrew Yarden would be Jordanes. Again, not Dans, but Danes. Your Danes. That doesn't say Lord, the Lord. It says your, like yard, yord. Ains. Okay. See, I try to tell you guys so much that when you're speaking English, you guys be speaking Hebrew and you don't even know. Alright? And when you do that, you call things upon yourself through all these many different names. You end up calling the devil. Alright. So, and worshiping him 100%. Doesn't this look like a 666 vibe all up in your face? What's all that about? Wow. Never noticed. Never even thought to look. Right there. Vav. Yod. Vav. Ain't that some, man? Don't even. Wow, buddy. Wow. All right, man. So look, I'll be trying to tell you guys, man. This is the dragon. It's a representation of the dragon. You guys worship the dragon, the beast, the false prophet, death, and Hades. Death and Hades. Because that's as far as you can go down to descent is Hades. O Lucifer, how far have thou fallen? Hades. Alright, so let's go forward. Check this out. I went down and I said, so this Jordan is Yared, and I'm like, Yared, ain't that Jared over here in English? Don't we be saying Jared? Yeah. Alright, so I went and looked that up. I was like, let's go look up Jared. And I said, okay, here we go again. This is like a 666 instead of a 666, sort of in the symbol, but with the yod right there, right? That's what that Y is right there. That's what that letter is right there. That's for Yah, but it's yod. All right, in the sense. All right, so this is Yarad. All right, Yarad, meaning to go down or to descend again. Okay, punish them with the rod. All right, the rod. You know what I mean? No, we know the dragon is a sword against sinners. And what was Jared? Jared was a sword against sinners, just like Joshua was a sword against sinners. Okay? Alright, just letting you guys know. Alright, but Joshua is more of a savior, but he comes with a sword because Yeshaya would be his actual spirit, and Yeshaya said when he comes back, he'll be coming in the clouds with a double-edged sword. Alright? Alright. Now, so let's go. So, Jordan and Jared mean to descent or to bring down. Because Jericho, bring down the walls of Jericho. You understand that, right? To Jordan, Jericho, meaning to bring down Jericho. You get it? All right. So, yeah. And it's funny that Lord would be the same exact word for dragon, or the same exact word for Jordan, or the same exact word for garden, or the same exact word for, yeah, exactly, Yardain. Remember, Jordan was the Greek, and it looked like a L, Lord, but it was a capital I. But that's how they like to lie. All right? It's all about the L's with them. All right? So, it says, check this out. I always like to look at the references of the books and chapters and see what it says about the words that I look up, to see who and what context and when. You know what I mean? All right. Because the Most High, in the end, tells us to come up. All right? And that's another thing. Because the kingdom is going to come down. All right? It's going to what? Drag it. Jordan, garden. It's going to be like a dragon. It's going to come down. Because remember in the book of Revelations, when Michael prevails over the dragon, or I shouldn't say Michael, Micaiah prevails over the dragon in the book of Revelations. And when he does such, he wrestles and tosses the dragon. Where? Jordan, down. Yarden, down. Garden, down. Lord, down. Lower, down. Hades, down. Fallen angels, down. Fall down. Now, all right. So, here we go. To descent downwards to a lower region as a shore, to go down, lower region, boundary, cause to bring down applications. All right, so these are all for Yared, right? So then I went forward and I said, let me see about what word did they use in Revelations 12:12 when he was thrown down. All right, and it says katabe, 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 kaltebe. All right, to come, has come down. The devil has come down to you. Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the sea and the earth. The devil has come down. The dragon, the devil, has come down to you. All right, and it says kata bane, not ben, but bane, Jordan. All right, see, kata, to go down, to descend, to come down, either from sky or higher land. Descent, kata, meaning down, the verb. Bano, meaning to go or to walk. The Hebrew context, the Hebrew equivalent, often used in similar contexts, is Yarad, which is Jordan, which is dragon, which is garden. Okay, meaning to go down or to descend. All right. So you see how we're getting to this. It's really just it's really just self-explanatory. It stands alone. To point it out is a blessing, though. You know what I mean? And that's ashar, what you call a blessing, ashar. And that's the Most High. That's a part of His name, the Most High's name. It's a part of Yasha's name. You know what I mean? Yashaya, Yashar. Come on now, Moshe was named after that. Meshar what? Like measure what's blessing. Measure your blessings. Count your blessings. Meshar, Yashar. So his blessing was Yashaya, was the word of Yah, Hayashar, Haya, Nessi. You know what I mean? That was his banner, because that was his name. And I already told you on my last video how I just busted you guys on your English speaking butts talking about Christ. And I was talking about how you guys don't understand what you're even talking about. You guys are babbling, Bible on, babbling. You forever learning but never retaining. You do not have the love of the Father, which is Aheb Ruach, what you call Hebrew. You maybe have looked at the Hebrew, but you're not walking with the Word. The Word is living. The Hebrew is living. So you have not the love of the Father. They were right next to him, walking with him in the flesh, and still didn't have him. You know what I mean? He said, you're not even ready for solid food yet. You're like babies. You need milk still. Been with me for so long. You know what I mean? By that time, it was like 3 years in, and he's like, you're still not ready. You don't have the love of the Father. You know what I mean? Like, just let him know. You got to have it. So the love of the Father is the understanding, the quick understanding, the spirit of the Father, the understanding. Aheb Ruach, the Ruach is the spirit. Aheb is the love. All right, the love of the spirit. That's the language, and that's him. He is that. That's how he created all things. I just told you, he is the Word. The Word. John tried to tell you the grace, salvation. Tried to tell you Yashaya. They didn't try. They did. They are. That is the whole. Like, what the Bible copies is exactly their life. So you guys are trying to tell them what they're trying to tell you, and that ain't gonna work. You gotta not be about lip service. You gotta actually have a relationship with this. You know what I mean? And the relationship is to clean up your house. You know what I mean? Clean up your mouth is knowing the difference of and these spirits that come out of our mouths. The devil off in your grill, and you still don't even know him because you're talking. Like I just said, we name stuff after the dragon, and the whole world worships the beast and the dragon because they do not have the love of the Father, which is Aheb Ruach. Even the people that speak Hebrew lord it over you. They dragon it over you. They come down over you and abuse it because you're not called unless you are. You know what I mean? Many are called, but few. The harvest is plentiful. Many are called, but few are chosen. You know what I mean? So like you gotta have faith in order to be chosen, and it's grace, by grace alone, which is paying attention to what you have. That's counting your blessing. Meshar, Yashar, that is chosen. Moses, Meshar, chosen, Yashar. Okay. Mashiach, Messiah, Maaseiah, Meshar, it's all the same. It all means what? It means to anoint. Like, what is to choose, to call? What do you call it? What is Moses? He draws something. How do you draw it? You call it. He's got his number. He dials it up. He calls it. He draws it. My father would draw it out for me. He would draw you out for me. That's Moshe. He's gonna pull you out of Babylon for you, and then Moshe is gonna take you to the promised land. Okay, that's what he said. Yashaya take you to the promise. Righteousness will call you out of the evil, separate you, divide you, and then he will wash your sins and place you in grace, in what you would call Zion or Enoch, which is the steps of becoming elect, which is going through all the trials and tribulations, such as the Hebrews in the desert, trying to find Yeshurun, what you call in Israel, and also like when Job, who you call in Job is Job, when Job went out into the wilderness from his lavish life and pleaded with the Most High, pleaded his case with the Most. He was drawn out and called out. The world was ending like that. And when the Hebrews left Egypt, the world was ending like that then too. The people, y'all just don't understand. You just hearing the story from the Hebrews' perspective, but you're not understanding where those people, where they left, the world was ending. The whole kingdom was falling. You understand that? Like, the sky was falling, the plagues were coming, the people were dying, the world was over. Let the dead bury the dead. And what are they famous for? All of their dead stuff. Worship of death. Mummies and stuff. Come on, man. He said, leave that behind. So, all right, we're gonna push forward. I think this is as far as I went. Okay, because I was connecting it all. Just the fact that Jordan is dragging, and I try to tell you guys from about a year. I've been telling you guys at least. I'm like, man, you guys are not understanding. You're like y'all, and when I say Joe Rogan is dragging, it's the same thing. But Jordan is Garden, and Garden is Jordan, and it's the same thing like Georgia. Like, y'all not even y'all don't see it, but I see it. I see it 100%. I see it. You know what I mean? George, I see it. I see it. And they play it so many different ways on y'all from Sunday that you guys just fall for it right in your face. Okay, let me pause this while these dragons go by. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, warning you about Revelations 12:12 and the angels. Warning you about Luke 10:18, falling from heaven, like lightning falling from heaven. It's the same thing. It's dragon has come down, for the devil has come down to you. To you, the devil has come down. Has come down the devil to you, however you want to say it. It's the dragon. It's the demon. Satan. Okay? You guys gotta understand that. The destroyer. Alright? We know that Satan is the dragon and the Leviathan. Okay? That's what you gotta understand. 100%. Alright? So, yeah, man. You guys have you guys have to pay more attention to not only just people warning you, to the word warning you. You know what I mean? The word will warn you. That's how do you think I found out? Nobody told me. I just paid attention to the word once I started learning the truth about it being living as Hebrew. I have Ruach, the love of the spirit of understanding, the Holy Spirit of understanding. I have Ruach Chokmah Asayah, the work of Yah. Okay? How he created everything. So I'm saying at the end of the day, I'm like, look, man, when these words are over here in English, I know that this is only to snare us. You know what I mean? I look how they make you, how they market and advertise and pervert subconsciously, subliminally, these words into repetition so much to where, like I said, it's subconscious worship. It's passive worship. You know, everybody's thinking Jordan's this and Jordan's that, the GOAT this and the GOAT that. Okay, so, and you guys just gotta understand, like, as far as America goes, it's the only time we really think of the word Jordan. Other than that, you know, like, that's our most famous reference for the word Jordan. Is constantly in our mouth, and they do this on purpose. They do it on purpose. You know what I mean? They know how. Like I said, they know exactly what they're doing. It's not by chance. It's just they're chosen. They're called this. Okay, like Cisco being called the Dragon. Yeah, Cisco, 1999, the thong song. Yeah, that cat with the platinum hair. Living La Vida Loca like Ricky Martin. Okay, that one. Exactly. Part of the Legion. That's Cisco. And it took me a while to understand, okay, a lot of black people are down with that because, like I said, the same as Eve was down with that. You know what I mean? The dragon, they're down with that shit. Even though, like, because Eve was deceived and then deceived Adam through it. So they were all three punished. So black people were just riding with it because it's all they know is old familiar spirits. You know what I mean? So they're going with it. And that's not the way to be at all. You know what I mean? The dragon does not have any love for you whatsoever. And he has love for you because his name is Leviathan. And it's lava, love, all those words come from him. Love doesn't mean what you think it means. In English, love means the same thing it means in Hebrew. Like I said, you're not speaking English. Every word registers in Hebrew. It doesn't, just because you speak in another language and making sounds in another language, you're still speaking Hebrew words because that's the point of the spelling. You're casting spells in Hebrew. It's the point. It's meticulously made fallen angel language, legion and fallen angels of Satan, the dragon. All right, it's the children of the dragon, or the children of the fallen angels, which is also legion, and the dragon and his fallen angels. Okay, worshipped as gods and titans and stuff, but you call it Latin and Anglo-Saxon, and therefore you have this what we call language, which is also the same thing as Latin. It's hidden. Latin means to lie hidden. That's what it means. Latin means to lie hidden, and it also is a direct representation of legion. It is literally a direct representation of legion. Okay, so 100%. So, like, yeah, man, there's no coincidences with these things. They're doing things with fallen stars and stuff like that, and fallen angels and stuff like that. This stuff is crazy. It's real crazy. You know what I mean? How it's culture and it's reinforced, and they say life imitates art, or art imitates life, and the lines become blurred. I don't think I've heard anybody say that before, but I've heard them say art imitates life. or life imitates art. I don't know which one it actually is, but when I said the lines become blurred, that is the ultimatum. That's the ultimatum. You can't tell the difference between the truth and the counterfeit. Okay? So the point is, they will have you pay for the counterfeit while they rule over the real, which was actually given to you, and you're not aware of it, because like I said, it's full. It's a sleight of the hand because the lines are blurred. You can't tell that where one ends and where one begins. You understand that? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's very crazy, bro. It's very crazy. It's like the page master type stuff. You know what I mean? Like some Jumanji type stuff. You know what I mean? Like you don't understand what you're dealing with when you're speaking these words. Okay? And because no man can understand the mind of the Most High, which is the word. You understand? Like it's not really up for us like that. But there is a place where He has given us His Son as a salvation and a safety point, as a ship, a relationship within Him for quick understanding of His Spirit, and that's what you also become. In order to have it, you have to become it. It ain't no half-assing it. That's the point. That's the point. The devil come to tell you, here, I'll give you this and you can be like gods. No. Did you not, the Most High came to tell you, hey, did you not know I shaped you in the womb? I knew you from the beginning. Did you not know your body is is a vessel of the Most High? Like there's more of He in me than there is in all of the world. My brothers in the future will come to do greater miracles than I. He's not telling you about, if you just do this and do that. No, He said it's already with you. What you've been given is you've been given. Faith is based off of what the gifts are based off of, how much faith and fasting you put in. Like your relationship, that's like everybody starts with that relationship develops. You know what I mean? He's letting you know. It's like you got to maintain that. So the words that we speak, the devil does it. They maintain their relationship with you in English. They maintain their possession on you. Legion it maintains a lot of souls. Hades maintains, death maintains a lot of souls. The dragon maintains a lot of souls. The false prophet maintains a lot of souls to keep them. They fought hard to get them. Some of them, you know what I mean? But the point is, you have to break out of that. This is your fight. You know what I mean? And it's by grace alone. The grace of it is that it's not saying, oh, it's out of your hands. It's saying that you already have been given the grace. That's what He's saying. Saying you don't have to do, there's no sacrificing and nothing like that you're going to go and gain some power. You already have it in you. You have to develop it, which is an understanding of the Spirit. You have to have the love of the Father, the love of the Spirit, the understanding, the relationship with your word, honing your sword, being able to wield your sword, understanding when your sword is double-edged sword is going to stab you for misuse, carelessness. You know what I mean? You have to have the mind of a king. of to decide decisions. He said the highest would be the lowest. This is the prince and the pauper. You understand that? The first will be last. That's the Most High walking with Enoch. That's the Most High walking with John. I shouldn't say my bad, walking with them. They were walking with him. That's the truth. Okay? That's how you got to see it. You got to see it for what it is. And on that note, man, I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze that one out, and just leave that like that. Leave it just like that, because at the end of the day, like I said, you have to have a better relationship with your sword, your word, your dragon. What comes out of your mouth, out of your conscience, from the top down. From the top of your crown to your feet, your steps are ordered. What comes out of your mouth? What faith do you have? How fast are you to follow? Do you walk with your word? Come on now. This is what I'm talking about. Do you control that dragon, or does that dragon control you? The lines are blurred. Art imitates life, or life imitates art. Counterfeit or truth. This is the duality, and you need to choose. You can't be in the middle. This is right and left shoes. You got to make steps and move, all right? 100%. You don't choose. You are called, and you're already chose. All right? As soon as you start walking with the truth, you are chosen. And what we mean by you're chosen is you're going to have trials and tribulations, because the powers of the world will descend like a dragon on top of you. They will come down with the full force, all force, 4 forces, all down on you and yours, like Job. If you want to call him that, which is Job, Yashabab, Yashubab. Yeah, it's his name. Job is sort of the same as Yashaya. Also, he's a person that returns. He's the returning type of Yashaya. Savior. He's the repenting. He's the repenter. He's the faithful repenter, the one that turns back towards the Most High. Because that's why everybody comes out to get him to turn back from turning back. And they're like, yo, come back up, yo, bro. Go get a job, bro. Come on now. Come on, man. His name is Job. Come on, bro. Spelled J-O-B. Huh? No, Y-O-B. But today we say J-O-B. And then we tell everybody to get a job when they're going out to go try to repent and clear their head up. And we're like, yo, what are you doing just laying around? They doing the Ricky Williams, you know what I mean? Yo, man, why don't you go do this? Why don't you go get a job, nigga? You know what I mean? Go make that money, fool. You know what I mean? You slipping, you falling. You know what I mean? The dragons start coming out. The heads of the dragon, the serpents, they all got the same mind. One mind. Money on the mind. Money on the mind. One-minded, single mind. Wow! They shall be one-minded. Money-minded. Money, one. Money stands for many. But for money on the mind, it's one thing. Okay. One single-minded. They shall all have one mind. Their minds shall be all in one accord. Like the men of Sodom that came after Lot, who is Lot. But Lot, when he had the 2 angels in his house, the men of the city, young and old, great and small, all came, and that sounds like the mark of the beast, young, small, great, and old, all came with one mind. They shall all have one mind, as in the book of Revelations when it says how the mark of the beast, the people shall never have any rest, and they will seek death and shall not find it, and they shall all have one mind. Okay, this is a hive mind. This is a cloud. This is singularity. Singularity. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, they're trying to, bro, you guys got to understand what this AI is all about. Even AI is one mind. It's a hive mind. It's the Borg. Resistance is futile. They pick up many, all for one and one for all. It is legion, a bunch of spirits inside of one man. They shall have one mind. They share one mind. You shall own nothing, and you shall be happy. This is the WEF, one mind, the new world order, the one world order. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they're trying to do. The golden era type shit. You know what I mean? The communism, socialist stuff like that. Okay, so imperialism, patriotism, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't say patriotism, but because it's not in essence. That's like I said, that's how they get you to blaspheme a lot of stuff. Is you don't know what the words are in Hebrew, but you're speaking them in English so proudly, and pride becomes before the fall. And there's your patriotism. Come on now, prideful flags. Come on, bro. Star Spangled Banner and boasting this and come on, bro. The Union Jack and all that mess. Come on, bro. Like, you guys got to get up out of here with all this mess. You guys are all prideful, bro, and that's the fall of the nations. That's the fall of Babylon. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Boasting proudly, and then you go and get your numbers up and unite all these nations and start trying to trample on people with pride and stuff. And then, like I said, you got the whole world ready to fall because everybody's bowing down to you. It's like, if we're gonna go down, everybody's gonna go down, and you're gonna lay down. You say you're gonna get down or you're gonna lay down when we come around. That's the craziest part about it. Like, they want everybody to go down with them. That's why the Hades, the death, the false prophet, and the Antichrist, the dragon, the beast, they all know that their shit is up. Their time is up. You understand? That's why they're falling and they're dragging everybody down with them, and they making everybody worship. That's why the dragon make everybody worship the beast, and then the beast make everybody worship the dragon. The dragon gives power to the beast so that the people can worship the dragon. You understand that type stuff? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. They all have one mind, and it's all from the dragon. It's like a dragon with 7 heads, because he gave his power to all these different people, all these different kings, and so therefore they all have one mind. And you know, that's his army the same way. You know what I mean? Like how Napoleon gave everybody in his army a field general's baton, so that when you went into the damn army, everybody had the same damn mind state. Whether you the highest or the lowest, they all had the field general's baton, so that they would all have one mind. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you really never knew if you got Napoleon. You never knew. You could not tell. Because as many people as in his army, that's how many Napoleons there were. So you tell me if they ever got rid of all of them, because that's what Napoleon truly represents. That's what the dragon represents. This is Hydra type shit. This is what you don't understand. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. These guys move in codes and viral. Like I said, get down or lay down when they come around. It's lice. It's legion. You know what I mean? Legion. They spread. How do you think Napoleon lost? By legion. Legion beat him. Legion took his camp. Legion took his whole army, half of his army literally was taken out by Legion when he went up to Russia at Waterloo or something like that. Yeah, he got caught up in the mountains and it got cold, and what happens in the winter? You start snuggling it up for body heat, and that's when them lice started getting up in them. You start getting them Fruity Fruity Boys start popping up, and then them lights start going crazy. And then that's when you start having all this type of zombie stuff going on. And like, you know what I mean? So that's why you still have like that type of mythology going on, that like they probably got it from the darn Nephilim, Bigfoot or whatever was up around that area. The lice that they're shedding off probably got off into his army, and pretty much those fallen angels lice is Legion. That's what runs them. The big hairy bodies like Esau, lice got all up in them and sheds on everything and corrupts the whole land, all the animals, everything is zombified and black plagued, and pretty much what do they call it, flu, this swine flu, bird flu, mad cow, this is all lice. Even the AIDS, it's all lice, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. The law is lice. That's how far you guys are not even considering how the dragon and his children run this freaking world. It's a biophysical hybrid attack on your soul. It's not just a physical, it's an electromagnetic attack. It's invisible. It is literally written exactly the way that I'm telling you. You can trace it. You can lace it to Lucifer, the false light, which is lice, Legion, okay? Legion, and Roman Latin legions. Roman legions. Roman Latin. American Legion. American Latin. Greek Legion. Foreign Latin. Okay? Greek Latin. You gotta understand, this is Legion. Where's this Latin based off of? It's sea-based. Sea-based. Surrounded by water. The spirits, the sea spirits. You understand? The evil sea spirits. This is what we're talking about. Where Legion go to show from the flood. They were in earth. They were in the flood. That kingdom of Legion is still there. And the rest of the disembodied spirits just joined them down there in 10,000 leagues under the sea. There's leagues of this. That's what I'm saying. They're teaming up on you. They're just multiplying. Coming up out of the abyss, bottomless pit, straight up. Legion, Abaddon, Abazus. Okay? Zeus. Their father Zeus, who is the Satan, the fallen angel, and his angels, his brothers, worshipped as gods, you know, mating with the daughters of men, creating Legion. Not men. You call them giants, titans, werewolves, bears, oh my, whatever you want to call them. Literally. But it's Legion, all right? Griffins, whatever the hell you want to call it. All this stuff. This is how they made them, you know. They are the spike to the earth. The Spike Pro team, you know, pro sports, pro team, Olympics, Spike, yeah, Spike, oh my goodness, Legion, Spike and Span, Nish, if you understand what I'm saying, Nish, okay, they ain't playing. I wish they was, but they ain't. This shit is on. Spike is Spick. Spick is Spike. 100%. There is no doubt about that. Spick is Spike. Spike is spick. Spike. Large nail, usually iron, skinny nail, spick. Such as the Old Norse spick. Okay. Spick as spitcher. Spasa. Spasa. Or spaka. Spicy. Spaka. Spoke. Spyha. No. It's the same word. Speaking. What do you speak? Speak. What do you speak? What do you spike? Okay. I'm just trying to tell you. Okay. It's legion. Even the word legion, even the word English comes from the word legion. Lishon in Hebrew is the equivalent of what legion is in Latin and English, but it is the Most High's Lashon. There's the difference. There's a difference. But no, it's not the Lashon in Hebrew, because the Lashon in Hebrew is a slanderer. Okay. Spaghetti, speak. I told you. It says spick, but then it says speak. Okay, I just told you. Speak, spike, spick, spiggity, spaghetti. Okay, it's said to have originated among Americans in Panama. The canal construction is also applied from an early date to Italians. Some have suggested an alteration of influence of spaghetti at the Spanish, which is Latin, which is sea-based. Okay, like I said, the sea spirits of the sea. Latin, which is legion. Legion is the tongue. The tongue is what you tame. The tame is what the word love means. L-U-V, love. L-O-V. It means tame. It doesn't mean love like a heb, like the compassion and the caring and stuff like that. No. It means to tame, like to dominate. Like to tame. Like to lord over something. To tame. Something is doing its own thing and you want to make it do what you want to do, you tame it. You put a leash on it. You tame it. You trap it. And that's not how our idea of love is, but that's exactly what love means. Okay. But what our idea of love, the word is aheb or ahab. And like I said, that is the truth. And what you're calling Hebrew is a part of that. And that's what the Most High said. They said Yah is ahab, is what you're calling in English love. Like I said, it's just to try to explain this to people makes you sound crazy, and that's the whole point of dragging you out deep into the fish story, that nobody's gonna believe it. That's why the damn dragon is out there in the deep, because on land people can't see that they're sitting on top of the damn dragon. But when you go out into the sea, you get far away from the land and get closer to his head, and you see, oh, big fish story. Yeah, nobody's gonna believe you. Go ahead. We'll Admiral Byrd your ass, straight up. Ernest Shackleton your ass. We'll leave a good mention of you. But at the end of the day, it's gonna go George and as far as it's ever gonna go is George and the Dragon Slayer. You know what I mean? That's as far as it's ever gonna go. Like, they're not really gonna even like Sir Francis Drake and Magellan and all them obviously had to bow down. Everybody has to bow down. Everything has something to do with the dragon. You understand that, right? St. George and the Dragon, Magellan, the Magellan Strait. You have Sir Francis Drake. Okay, you gotta understand. De Soto, Coronado. You gotta understand that these dragon folks coming through here. You gotta understand. But anyway, okay. So, John Smith, come on, bro. Like, they talk about the English colonies. See, John Smith. That just hit me that John is grace, right? And then Smith is to like smite. You know what I mean? To smoke, to smote, to smith, to smite. David smote Goliath. You understand that? That's what that word. David Smith Goliath. That's what that word means. That's the actual application of it. You know what I mean? David loved Goliath. Let's just say that. He loved him very much. Like, that's how that word really applies. That's what you guys gotta understand. That's the best way that I can explain it to you in application. It's that these words, man, are spells, and you gotta understand that with what you're dealing with. So, man, all right, man. So even the T is an S, and the S is a T. Okay. That's why you'll see it in Japanese and Hebrew a lot of the times that a T will be right next to and before an S. You know what I mean? Like Latino, or instead of Latino, it would be Latino. Los, Ino, Los, Latino. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, it's legion to lie hidden. So yeah, man, we're at 52 minutes in on this. And I just, like I said, I just took you through how the Spirit speaks, the how splendid the applications of evil, knowing no ends, will drag you far away and make you think the lines, there is no lines, it's all just one. We're all just one. That one-mindedness, that hive mind, you understand? Oh, just Mother Nature, just one with, no, bro. You're one with the worldness is about to get destroyed. I'm trying to tell you guys, man, I'm trying to save your souls. Turn back to Yeshaya, because Yeshaya is the only reason why you're here in the first place. Your blood is Yeshaya, it's not your blood. Okay? That's one thing you need to understand. That YHVH is Yashaya. Your YX is Yasha. Okay? Of who? Yah. Okay? So anyway, 10-5 Yod Hey Vav Hey. Okay? It's not 10 because 10 is sin. And it is the dragon. That's why it's Latin. 10 is Tan. Tan is 10, and that is the dragon. 100%. Bow. Dragon. Tanin. Okay. It would have been back there at Tane. It makes no mistake. Okay. It lets you know. Tan is the dragon. 10 is the dragon. Sin is the dragon. I told you the T is the S is the T. It's easy to see, fam. It's easy to see. It's easy to see. That's the dragon, fam. It's the dragon. Cisco. The dragon. Whoa. 10, the dragon. You understand? You understand? And remember, it was kata, means to come down, and all you got to do is put a 10 at the end, an N at the end, and you have katan, and then that's drag. I try to tell you, full circle, full circle. I told you, what we started this whole thing out with. What did we start this whole video out with? It started on kata bane. We're on that word right there. Because I was like, okay, let me go back and show y'all the little progression of how, the Jordan goes all the way to, through these different languages, and they all still reference right back to the dragon, to the garden, to the Jordan, to the descent, to the fallen. Okay. And then, even then, back to Legion, because Latin. And Latin, we already told y'all years ago, Latin means to lie hidden, which is the dragon, because the dragon, they are the seed of the dragon. Latin is the seed of the dragon. The dragon is the Anglo-Saxons, the angels of Satan. Okay, that's him and his angels. Latin, to lie hidden. Okay, in old, that means the original. Okay, and a fable of who? Saturn. Who is that? Satan. Saturnalia. Saturnalia. That's what I try to tell you. They try to put them letters in there, that Lord on your ass. And it's gonna come down on you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Even the Hebrews, they be like Israel. They be all up in your shit. And they be calling out these J's and all that mess all the wrong way. All the wrong way, bro. Like, they be like, oh, it's Job and it's Judah and Jordan. No, bro. You just... So when the truth come around, you don't even see it for what it is. Like I said, the lines are blurred, man. The art imitating life, or the life imitating the art. You don't know, man. You can't tell if you the master or the damn servant with these cats around here. You know what I mean? You got everybody worshiping them like gods, and you supposed to be the servant of the Most High. But the ones that everybody worshiping around here want to use you. You know what I mean? And you like, I thought you was supposed to be they God over here. And people start trying to worship you, and you be like, I'm just a humble servant. Don't try to worship me. Like I said, man, they want to flip everything upside down, pervert it, and get you in trouble with your own, like I said, against your own. And they hands stay clean after that, because, you self, carelessly wound on your own sword, on your own word. You understand? And on that note, I think I'm done. It's 59 minutes and 30 seconds right there. To the Rabbi Hayashar, Hay Kadosh Kadash Kadesh, to the Rabbi Yeshaya Kadesh Kadash Kadosh, to the Rabbi Aheb Ruach Kakma Asaya Kadosh Kadash Kadesh. Ashar Yesharum. Anami Amen.